My name is Ian Elliot. We farm at Cresswell Barn Farm in Cresswell Quay. We've been here for 40 years. Myself and my wife are the main partners. Patrick has come in the last year, who's been a big influence in pushing the business forwards. I have a daughter, Tessa, who is probably more interested in horses, but she works on the farm as well and drives tractor during harvest and planting. In 2011 we did about 40 acres, and this current year we did 360. So it's been a significant increase every year over the last 5 or 6 years. Well, it's given us a future in farming, really. I mean, if Puffin wasn't packing potatoes in Haverfordwest, I doubt if we'd be growing any potatoes at all, because when we were organic, the main problem was transport of the crop from Pembrokeshire up to the packhouses in England. And with the recession, the demand dropped, and we were the first to be dropped as producers. So the big investment has been in, first of all, in growing the crop, because it's a very high cost crop to grow, so we've had to borrow a lot to actually grow the crops, and also a big investment in machinery, because 6 years ago we had one small tractor. Today we've got 350 horsepower tractors and all the necessary machinery to produce potatoes, and it's a high cost of machinery with planters and harvesters, 2 harvesters, de-stoners. I think people are looking for local produce generally. I think they're aware of air miles and transport miles and carbon footprint, and I think it's important to buy locally to support local businesses. Patrick's a big influence in pushing the business forward. I mean, I'm over 60 now, so I would not have done this without him. And Tessa's also, her main interest is in horses and show jumping, but she's keen to work on the farm as well. So that, along with the demand from Puffin for more potatoes, I mean, we really need our own storage on the farm. We have an ambient store which holds about 500 tonnes, but we need to have a store which will not only store the ware crop, but also store our seed in when the seed comes in January and February, because it's, growing over 400 acres, it'll be several hundred tonne of seed, and that has to be managed. This year was a bit of a struggle because of the wet spring. A lot of seed was in ambient store, and we couldn't control the sprouting on it, and that caused a few problems. So yeah, looking to the future, we would really like to put up a cold store. In the next 5 years, I would imagine we would consolidate our position rather than expanding further. We're very reliant on renting ground for potatoes, because here we only have 150 acres, so we can only grow about 30 acres of potatoes on the home farm each year. So we're always aware of the fact that we need to find clean ground to grow potatoes on a sort of 5-year minimum rotation. So at the moment we are fairly comfortable with that in the land we have access to. So really it's just to consolidate the business, really, and perhaps not invest so much in machinery. We've put a lot into machinery to do the acreage of crop that we're doing, but as I said before, a cold store would be very important.